So guys, have a look at this word here, persuasion, right? So persuasion is what is it? It's a noun, yeah? Because we have this on, for example, dimension, action, they're all nouns, okay? So persuasion is a noun, and what is the verb of this word? Persuade. Persuade. So basically, if you persuade somebody to do something, you ask them to do it, then you ask again, until they do it. Yeah, so you persuade them to do it. So basically persuasion, and here you have the art of getting what you want, right? So do you use persuasion in your life, and in what kinds of situations? So, can you just come up with ideas? Yeah? What do you think? At work, yes, when you want a promotion, okay. When you want a raise in salary, alright. So, persuasion with your family, with your kids especially, with your clients, a lot of persuasion. And so when you want somebody to do something, when you want to persuade them to do something, what do you actually say? What kind of language do you use? Think about that. Yeah, so what do you think? You show them the benefits. Okay, can you give me like a couple of examples? Yeah, so you tell them what? Yeah, so it will be beneficial to you because it will give you the necessary experience, it will give you learning experience, it will get you new clients, it will get you new skills, it will perfect your existing skills, right? So lots and lots of benefits that can be used for persuasion. Okay, and today we are going to, first of all, talk about the pronunciation of the word persuade, because it can be a little bit difficult, like this suade, a. Can you please repeat that? A, persuade. Alright, so this A sound is the same as say, gain, rain, stay, play, tail, mail. Yeah, so A, persuade. Okay, so he persuaded her friend to go to Crimea. Okay, so she did what? Persuaded her friend. Alright, so he frequently tells tales, white lies, yeah? So he frequently tells what? Tales. Tales, this sounds A, yes? So we are working on this sound A. Excellent. So it rains in November. So when does it rain, please? Okay, in November. And so what does it do in November? Rains. A. Alright. So now remember persuade. Yeah? And now to work on this pronunciation, on this sound A little bit more, we are going to practice a tongue twister. The tongue twister goes like this. I persuaded the rain to stay. I persuaded the rain to stay. I persuaded the train to stay. Please, I persuaded the rain to stay. I persuaded the train to stay. Excellent. Okay, so now that we have worked on this tongue twister, we are going to do something fun today. So we are going to think about the persuasion, the kind of language that we use in order to persuade people to do something, and we are going to play linguists. Who would like to be an actual linguist? Okay. So, first of all, so this will be a creative kind of work. First of all, we will play linguists. And linguists, some of them, like to teach people, yeah? Some just do theory, read theory, research, and other linguists, they like to actually teach people. So imagine that you were this kind of linguist who likes to teach people. So, and to do that, you want to use a podcast. What does it mean, a podcast? Who can tell me? A podcast is a short audio file, yes? with a conversation or an interview, something like that. So basically what you will be able to do at the end of this lesson is to write a script for your podcast. It will be a short 3 to 5 minutes podcast. Yes, and then have a look at the Audacity. I will explain how it works. And then at home, you will record your podcast. So, and the length of it will be just 3 to 5 minutes, okay? Great. So, first we'll write the script for this podcast. Now, let's brainstorm the ideas. What kind of language can you use and what kind of ideas can you use? Remember, your podcast will have to be about persuasion. So I want you to think about one time when you persuaded somebody, or maybe when you tried to persuade somebody to do something. Maybe you were successful, maybe you weren't. So the most important thing here is that you think of a story, you think of a incident when you tried to persuade another person, okay? So think what kind of language you used, okay, and what were successful or not. I will give you my example, okay? So here I give the students my own example, and then when we brainstorm the ideas and when they write their own script, I instruct them on how to use the Audacity program, which is quite fun, I like it. And then at home, they record the actual podcast and they bring it next time for the assessment. Okay, so guys, now I want you to find on your laptops, can you please find the Audacity right here? So let's open Audacity, launch Audacity. So naturally, I will just go around the classroom and help students launch Audacity if they have difficulty. Okay, so here we have our Audacity program, okay? And the first thing that I would like you to do is to go to File. So File right here, okay? And choose New. Basically, it means new project. After that, so you have this screen, okay? And when you're ready to record, you have your script, yes, you have your written material for the podcast, and you have practiced it enough and you feel confident, kinda confident. You press this red button here, red button alert, record. And so basically you start recording yourself. The Audacity starts recording you. Okay, so when you have finished speaking, when you have finished your podcast, you press right here, stop. Okay. And so you have recorded your audio podcast. It's that simple. Okay, and now to save this audio podcast as an MP3 file, yeah, you go to File right here, and you go to Export Audio right here, yeah. And so you choose a file name, for example, my podcast, like this, and then you choose the location where you want to save your podcast, and check, save, okay, and that's it. So you have saved your podcast, okay? Alright, so if you have any questions during your homework at home about how to use Audacity, just message me or write me an email, or maybe contact one of your classmates. And right now, we are going to... that's all.